Welcome to the Vanilla to Vixen podcast. This show contains adult content, so if you are under 18 or easily offended, please switch off now. Mr. and Mrs. N are not qualified relationship counsellors. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Now the disclaimer is out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy our journey from Vanilla to Vixen.
Welcome to episode 171. It's the same way, however you look at it, of Vanilla to Vixen. We are your hosts, Mr. and Mrs. N, and we're also sometimes known as
the Naughty Couple.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Vanilla to Vixen.
Hello, Mr. N.
Hello, Mrs. N. Wow, what a week it's been.
Hasn't it just?
So, we dropped the bombshell last week that it's our very last party at Liberty Elite.
Yeah.
For Vanilla to Vixen. It's the very last Vanilla to Vixen at Liberty Elite. We've only gone and bought a private members club where swingers can attend.
What are we doing?
It's the V2V Club, baby!
Yay!
And we don't know what we're doing. It's a bit like Clarkson's Farm, only without the animals. And this week, dear listener, I've got a lorry full of lockers.
No, don't talk about the lorry.
So everybody knows a few weeks ago, I bought a lorry.
You did.
I went out, bought a lorry in true Top Gear fashion. I went out with a budget of £7.50. And I bought a lorry.
You did.
It's not the best lorry in the world.
It's got character, shall we say.
It's got a hole in the floor
It's
as well.
got a hole in the floor.
I think the previous owner was Fred Flintstone.
We've lovingly named it Boris.
We have, because it came from a man in a car wash who could speak very little English, but lots of Russian.
Yes.
He was brilliant. And we've got this big lorry. I've been basically going up and down all week.
Oh, on your tail lift.
Not on Mrs. N. On my tail lift.
Yes, Mr. N's got a new toy.
So I've got an electric tail lift on the back of my lorry. And we've been scouring the country for bargains. It's been like swing club bargain hunt. We've been going from antique shop to antique shop, not looking for the antiques. You can keep your pot poodles. You can keep all that. We want your lockers.
Exactly.
So if you know where I can get some more second-hand lockers to go with my collection of lockers, they've got to be blue.
They do need to be blue, because we've already purchased some lockers, haven't we?
I know all about lockers. They're made by a company called Probe.
Yes.
Which sounds kind of rude for a private members club full of swingers. We've got lots of lockers that you can probe.
Yes.
And Mrs. N found some lockers.
Yeah, let's not talk about them.
My lockers were brilliant.
Your last lot of lockers. It's very hard to say that. Your last lot of lockers.
A lot of lockers on a lorry.
Were absolutely amazing.
They were mint.
They were absolutely mint.
Mrs. N is the queen of Facebook Marketplace.
I am usually.
Let's talk about Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
It's a strange place.
It is.
Where people write, is this still for sale? And you put, yes, it is. And then they just fucking disappear into the Bermuda Triangle. It's a strange conception. But we did find a man selling a big lot of lockers.
Yeah, we did.
And we bought said lockers.
They looked okay on the picture.
They did. And we went to collect them in the lorry, and we found out that they weren't so good.
No, they weren't, were they?
They looked like they'd been used by builders. And not very tidy builders at that.
Do you want to tell them what's on the inside of one of the locker doors?
It's curious. Somebody has written tiny on one of the lockers inside. Perhaps they were prison lockers. I don't know. Do you have lockers in prison?
I have no idea, babe. I've never been.
You'd need them because everyone's naughty. They'll steal things. So you're going to need lockers. So one of them's written tiny in them, and then he's drawn a picture of a cock.
It's not just a cock, it's cock and balls, along with hair.
Oh, the guy definitely had talent. It's brilliant.
We are keeping that in there. We just have to.
Tiny. No, people aren't going to want tiny cock lockers.
No, but we could do it as like a competition. Whoever comes and gets the locker
with a tiny
cock drawing on it wins something.
They win a tiny dildo.
You know how you used to get open the box, that kind of thing?
Yes.
Yes, we're going to do that with the lockers.
Excellent.
Yeah.
If you get the tiny cock locker, we're not going to wash off the graffiti inside. So there you go. It's been an interesting week, and we will take you, as we say, on the journey of setting up a private members club.
Yeah.
For social swingers.
Yeah.
And we are hoping to open in February. And we could tell you that the club is in Warwickshire.
It is.
Very, very close to the kind of... It's West Midlands, but it's kind of like border East Midlands.
Oh, you're such a tease.
We think it's like a really, really good place because you can get to it from the motorway.
Yeah.
And it's my favourite motorway.
It is your favourite motorway.
It's the M69.
Is it your favourite motorway because the fact that it's 69 in it, or the fact that it doesn't have speed cameras on it?
Oh, don't tell that. Plod will be after me. Racing in my lorry at 65 miles an hour.
Oh, you wish.
It's true. 45 miles an hour. And now the lockers are in it, 35 miles an hour. It's been great. And yeah, I think we are incredibly nervous because we've had a lot of time to look at venues, haven't we?
Yes.
And we got this opportunity, as I say, kind of just repeating a little bit of last week, that we had an opportunity some time ago where a gentleman came to us and he loved V2V, the concept of it, and he had a venue. And he offered us the chance to have the V2V Club at his venue.
Yes.
And it was an offer too good to turn down. And we think it's kind of one of natural progression, don't we? It's like,
absolutely.
You know, we've had 3 amazing years at Liberty Elite, and we love and adore that club, and we always will. We love the people, we love the hosts, we love everyone that works behind the bar, we love all the staff of that club. And this has been a huge decision for us, hasn't it, Mr. N? It's massive. It's life change. If it fails, we're living in a tent.
Yes, this is true. Well, we could live in the van.
Yeah. Probably they probably wouldn't take that off of us. They just keep the van. Just keep it. It's worth about £4. But yeah, no, I mean, seriously, we have put our entire lives on the line for this.
Yeah.
It's like the outgoings are huge, and you realise that when you look at a club, the outgoings, it's a bit like a building project, isn't it? You know, like on DIY SOS.
Oh, yes.
You know,
or George Clark's Amazing Space, as he calls it, where they do the builds, don't they?
They budget it, and then they go, I've gone slightly over my budget. Yeah. I'm going to be eating beans for the next 80 years. Yeah, I think we're kind of beyond beans now. We're on dog biscuits. But seriously, it's a massive, just a massive task that we've taken on.
Yes, it is.
And I just want to say thank you for the huge outpouring of messages we've had on Fab Swingers,
on
our Discord, and the offers of help have just been so touching.
Oh, just overwhelming. The response that we have had. It just, you get to the stage sometimes when it's just like the two of us and we're talking about what we're doing, and it can get very overwhelming, and you think to yourself, are we doing the right thing?
Yeah.
You know, can we make a success of it? Because you just never know.
Absolutely.
And then you guys do what you always do, and you literally just put your arms around us.
We've said it before, you know, and we've had offers of people wanting to work behind the bar that have got work experience behind bars.
It's a good job.
It's very important because we don't know. We have no idea how a bar works. It has pretty bottles behind it and people stand behind it. That's about all we know. And so, you know, we've had offers of people that want bar work, and we will look all into that, and hopefully we will be able to help somebody who wants a job, you know. And we've had offers of people who have offered us risk assessments. We've had offers of people offering us sex furniture.
Bespoke sex furniture
from somebody who's on Fab, who is a metal fabricator, and they do their own sex furniture.
They do.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely mind-blowing. And it's just so humbling to hear all these messages. And we sit behind these microphones in our little shed and we talk, you know, about sex for an hour and what we've been up to and all the naughtiness, and to suddenly get all those messages back, it was really quite moving, wasn't it?
Very moving. I have been in floods of tears many a time reading the messages.
And it wasn't even me making a mess. Usually it's when I've made a mess, Mrs. N's in floods of tears. But not this time. It was all you lot. So thank you for making Mrs. N cry.
Absolutely. In a good way. That was. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Now, I'm going to move on, because we have to move on. We've got an amazing show.
We do.
This week. We're kind of like over 10 minutes into the show. We've not even told you the main meat of the show. We have a brand new set of party hosts.
Yeah.
That are, well, they're very exciting. And they focus on the singles aspect of the naughty hobby.
They do.
So, you know, we talk a lot about couples, and this week we wanted to focus on all the single ladies
and gentlemen
and all the sexy single gentlemen. And they're going to tell us all about how it came about, and they are called the Swingles.
Yes.
And I think they're based over Lincolnshire sort of way.
I think so.
But they are all over the place, I think. They seem to have sort of stretched like Spider-Man's web across the UK. So I'm very excited to hear about all that. We have had another message.
Oh, good.
From a gentleman who had an experience sitting on a bus.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to hear about it, Mrs. N?
Am I allowed to say, was he a bus wanker?
I don't think he was a bus wanker.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'll let you decide. So, gentleman doesn't want to be named. And he was sitting on a bus and he was going home, and there was a gorgeous lady sitting next to him. And all of a sudden, very unexpectedly, she started breastfeeding her baby.
Oh.
The baby wouldn't take it, so she suddenly started saying, "Come on, eat it all up, or I'll give it to this nice man." And about 10 minutes later, the baby's still not feeding. So again, she repeats herself, "Come on, eat it all up, or I'm going to give it to this nice man." And he just sits there very baffled by it all. She's a stunning lady, absolutely gorgeous. 10 minutes later, "Come on, eat it all up, or I'm going to give it to this nice young man." So he kind of gets a little bit irritated now. So he said, "Listen, love, can you make your fucking mind up? Because I should have got off 4 stops ago." And there you go.
So, Mr. N, you know how we have Question of the Week on Discord?
Yes.
This week's Question of the Week is very apt, considering the news that we broke last week.
Yes.
So I'm just going to read out some of the responses we've had, which have been amazing. So the Question of the Week came from the amazing cabin girl.
I love the cabin girl.
Our lovely cabin
and
girl.
Rogered and the cabin girl.
Yes. And the question was, when you talk to members of the swinging community about clubs, often one thing about a club stands out or makes it unique. So, for example, Libs has got a huge social hot tub.
Yeah.
Cam's has got cheesy chips. Oh, God, I love the cheesy chips.
Cheesy chips and the glass roof.
And the glass roof. Purple Mamba have Bob the Kilt.
Bob the Kilt is a legend
He
in
is
his
a
own
legend.
lunchtime.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
What do you think the new V2V could be famous for?
That's a good one.
This is how I know I've met my people.
Okay then, Mrs. N. Let's fill us in on this one.
The very first response, a pick and mix area.
Sweeties.
Oh my God.
Could we do that? Could we put an old-fashioned sweet shop into a private members club?
Of course, we can do anything.
Right, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
You've heard it first on the podcast. We are going to put a pick and mix into the V2V Club.
Oh my God, I'm going to be in heaven.
A pick and mix. We're going to do a full pick and mix at the bar. We're already going to be doing kind of refreshments and we're doing coffee.
Yes.
We've heard about my coffee.
Talk about your coffee
We'll talk
machine,
about
didn't
that
we?
another
Yes.
time. But we're going to do coffee. We're going to do cakes.
Yep.
It's going to be the full-on eating experience
Yes.
for sweet treats. And now we can announce we're going to have Mrs. N's sweet shop.
That's amazing. I'm so excited. I'm really excited.
Sweet shop inside a private members club for swingers.
Fabulous.
Okay.
I'm glad we got that one sorted.
Okay.
The next one, this one was absolutely beautiful. The owners, crew and community.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Whenever you walk into any of their events at whichever club, it's the care and warmth in which you're greeted that makes their event stand out. This will make their club stand out. Added to that, the community spirit that they'll be embracing, and I believe they are onto a winner. And then they've also put PS, also the sweet treat temptations section, which will give you enough of a sugar boost to keep going for hours.
That's the thing. We need a sugar boost. We need the sugar boost to keep everybody lively throughout the night. So, yeah.
Yeah. So many people have said the same thing. Sweetie selection. You see?
Yes, yeah.
They're my people.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought Woolworths would have been missed so much?
This one did make me giggle. I definitely think it will be famous for the ability to sample Mrs. N's sweet delights in the corner of the bar. Maybe also famous for the odd brown stains on the walls.
What?
From the chocolate fountain bukkake.
Ah! Yes. He or she, it could be he or she, obviously used to our bukkake dirty protest of chocolate. Yes.
The chocolate fountain will be making appearances, won't it?
Yes. We could call it Willy Wanker. Willy Wanker and the Chocolate Factory, yeah. We've kept the chocolate fountain, so we've got that forever now. I think the person who sold it to us was like, I don't want that fucking thing back. It covers everybody.
Somebody else had put a playground for grown-ups.
A playground for grown-ups?
Yeah, with a social, flirtatious atmosphere.
Oh, right. What, like a soft play area? Come on, I'm going to bonk you in the ball pits.
Well, somebody had put, and a swing, of course.
A swing? Oh, okay, yeah.
And then they went on to say, why stop there? Slide, roundabout, climbing frame, paddling pool. I bet you could be creative of all of those things. And then they're saying, I'm thinking modern and funky, not spunky. So bright coloured decor with pink flamingos, pineapples and massive donut beanbags.
Okay, I like the beanbags.
I like the beanbag idea. They're very versatile, beanbags.
I do like beanbags. Could people get overzealous? Could we end up looking like we've been in a rice pudding fight, you know? With the little white balls covering us.
Oh, no. Listen, I'm not having anybody throw their balls over our floor, because if I have to get the Hoover out...
Do you remember what happened to me once with a beanbag?
do.
Mrs. N was at work. We had a beanbag at home. I sat on the beanbag rather overzealously, and then I had to call Mrs. N at work because I set the house on fire.
You did.
Do you remember what happened?
Yes, because you tried to hoover them up.
I burst the said beanbag all over the floor. There were beans everywhere. And I just thought, I'm not picking all these up. I'll just hoover the whole lot up.
Yeah.
Don't. It burns your hoover out.
I believe you rang me, didn't you, to say, I think I've wrecked the hoover.
And the house is on fire. The house is on fire and I've wrecked the hoover.
Yeah.
Just another day in the N's household.
So listen, if you burst said beanbag, you tidy it up.
We'll have to have a think about the beanbags. Yeah. It's a very good idea.
Yeah. Somebody else came up with sexy board games. A lot of people have said they really like the match game that we play.
Yeah. So for anybody that doesn't know, we do have board game experts within V2V. And our board game experts, grand champions, I'm going to call them, grand champions of the sex board games is Rogered and the Cabin Girl.
They are.
They carry these little board games everywhere. So we are putting them in charge of board games at V2V.
It is going to be awesome, isn't it?
I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Somebody else has said Mingle Bingo and Naughty Jenga.
I've heard of Bongo Bingo.
It made me giggle because somebody later on said Minge Bingo. I think they missed the L out. How do you play Minge Bingo?
I don't know, but I like the feel of it.
What is that? Match the Minge?
I don't know. Would you use your dobber?
Maybe.
I don't know. It sounds very sexy. Have we had any more suggestions, Mrs. N?
And one I'm just going to finish off with from a lovely couple on Discord have said it's going to be awesome because of who the owners are, but I am sort of hoping it will be famous for its fully air-conditioned playrooms.
Air-conditioned?
Yeah.
You want full air conditioning?
They want full air conditioning, Mr. N.
Right. You know what?
What?
We're going to give it to you. We are going to give you full air conditioning, and I'm not talking about a little crack in the window. We'll go full air conditioning. How about that?
See? You ask, we deliver.
It is fully air conditioned.
It is fully air conditioned.
We can't wait to share this with you.
We really, really can't. So we've given you a few little teasers this week.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you're coming on this journey with us, so we will be giving you more information as the weeks go on.
Absolutely. But in the meantime, this show is going to be about 10 hours long if we don't move on.
That's very true.
We've got to meet the Swingles. I'm very, very excited about that.
Yes.
But there's also another lady that I'm sure will be at the V2V Club.
Would that be?
Mrs. Mother Trucker.
Is it Fun Fact Friday?
It's Fun Fact Friday.
Fun Fact Friday.
1 teaspoon of honey is the lifetime work of about 12 bees, from approximately 30,000 flower visits and around 750 miles of bee flight.
I often wondered, whether she what she was doing flicking a bee.
Oh,
She was obviously studying them. It's me, I've just got a dirty mind.
You've got a filthy mind.
It is, yeah, there you go.
Or are we just saying how sweet the lovely Mrs. Mother Trucker is?
Oh,
Hey.
Mrs. N. We've kept you waiting far too long. We are going to meet a couple of people now called Jack and Ellie, who have set up one of the best meeting places, I think, in the interweb land for singles.
Yes.
For single people. And it's called the Swingles.
Yeah.
So without further ado, we're going to use the wonders of the interweb and contact them.
Fabulous. Hi, guys.
Hi, you all right?
We're very good, thank you. It's great to actually see you on this screen and be able to hear you, and fabulous. And you're here to tell us all about your parties and events.
We are, and I think as well as it being parties and events, I think it's more about the community that we're building as well, which is just something that we never anticipated being as big as it has gotten so far. Excellent. I think that's fair to say, Ellie.
I think when we started out, we thought it'd just be like us four and then a group of like 10 people just trying to take the world by storm. And it got a bit wild really quickly.
But take us back right to the beginning and talk us through how this has all come about.
Okay.
The conception.
The conception, yeah. So that's a very strange way of wording it. Essentially, I've been friends with Ellie for quite some time now, and we met in the lifestyle and in a hot tub in Quest, no less.
Wow. Okay.
I've come to the conclusion all the best meetings happen in hot tubs.
I agree.
I would agree with Holly. I met her personally on Swing Hub. So we had 3 members of the team that I knew. Well, 3 members of the team, myself included. We all knew each other through the lifestyle anyway. And, you know, Holly and Ellie have been personal friends of mine for a considerable time now. And I remember thinking to myself, having gone to many events as a single man myself, sometimes going solo, sometimes going by myself. I remember thinking there needs to be a space for single people as a supportive kind of community, because there's a lot of stigma that can come with that. There's a lot of unique challenges that single people face in the lifestyle in general.
What did you face, Jack, and what have you kind of experienced? Probably other people, you've heard of the stories.
Okay, yeah, I've heard a lot of stories. Since starting Swingles, I've heard a lot more stories than I've been used to hearing, but it's been really useful. Personally, from my opinion and from my own experiences, it can feel slightly challenging in the sense that it's a very couple-dominated space. Now, we know that for a fact, and we know that that's actually, you know, part and parcel of the lifestyle. It's one of those things which you're not going to change that, and nor should it be changed. Because
it goes back to the olden days of wife swapping, as it was known, wasn't it? So it's always been labelled as a couple's sort of activity.
Yes. And with that in mind, sometimes single people at events can feel a little bit left out, a little bit kind of alienated. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, they are celebrated and appreciated, and we've seen those events, and we really appreciate those events for what they are. I just found that there were a lot of times where people would come away from events and they wouldn't have that partner to kind of support them through it. Yeah. They wouldn't have that partner sort of bounce ideas off, or to sort of, you know, have the debrief after. Have the kind of chats about, like, okay, what was that like? How did they were just by themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, I decided, okay, someone needs to do something about this. Someone needs to create like a little community, even if it's just to support one another across, you know, as you said, the modern wonders of technology, just to support each other, maybe online, just to sort of share ideas, share events, go to places together, have that kind of community spirit, and sort of support one another through whatever they're going through. Maybe share events and say, this is what's happening. Does anyone want to join?
It only takes a couple of sort of really poor evenings, and it can really put you off of going to clubs or going to events.
Yes, yeah. And we found that to be the case when we spoke to other people that were single or came to events solo, that it only does take, as you say, those maybe a couple of poor nights or a couple of situations where they felt uncomfortable or they felt disrespected in some way, maybe. But generally, I just thought to myself, okay, something needs to be done about it. So I remember sitting there very, very late at night after that phone call with Ellie, and I thought to myself, okay, let's see what we can do.
I believe it was something along the lines in that conversation of, you know, I'm sick of this, I'm sick of that. And I said, well, if you don't like it, why don't you do your own? And you were like, bet.
The best
I was going to say that's usually the best way that ideas come about, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. If it's not there and, you know, you're looking for something, create it yourself. It's always the best way.
Absolutely. So I had a look online, had a look on Swing Hub, and I didn't see the name that I really wanted to go for. I didn't see it taken, so I took it.
Swingles.
It's a great name. It kind of it does what it says on the tin.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, it's memorable. That's the thing, because there's quite a few pages that they have names that are there, but you don't really remember them as well, or they kind of skirt around the issue.
Yeah.
But Swingles is very kind of in your face. You know what it means.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it just fits.
Where was your first event, or was it something that you saw as a social, or was it an event that you saw?
So we hadn't anticipated doing events to begin with. As I say, we kind of thought about it being like a community-based thing that was online. And as we put the page up on Swing Hub and started to like post stuff on there, we started to see, we've got like 200 members, we've got 300 members, we've got 400, and then it just kept on snowballing. And it was like, what have we done? What have we done? And we kind of need to adapt with the times as it grew, because then there seemed to be some level of expectation. And I thought, okay, well, we kind of need to do something to support this community.
We came up with the idea to do, sorry, Jack, to interrupt. We came up with the idea to do the sort of like focus group to see what people wanted. Like, because we knew what our experiences were. Jack's as a single male, myself as a hot wife, and Holly's as a single woman. But we wanted to hear other people's experiences. And hear if they were similar to ours, if there was more on top of that, and if did they want a community? Did they want events? If they wanted those events, what did they want them to look like? So we had a focus group of, what was it, like 50 people or something? Yeah. And we just every day they just chatted, and we took notes, and that's how we basically came up with the basis for everything that we do.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
That is really good.
And what sort of feedback have you had since, obviously? I mean, when did this all start?
So I created the page late June.
Okay.
So we're very new.
Baby.
We're babies. We are a baby organisation compared to a lot of organisations that put on parties and events and do this.
The thing is, though, you have listened to the people. You've created that group, and similarly to V2V, we always say it's the people of V2V that make the group, that make it what it is.
Yeah.
And with Swingles, you've included those people. You've asked those people what they wanted, and that's the key to any success.
It's the fact that you're listening. And I think a lot of the time for people in the naughty hobby, they want to be heard. And when you get somebody that says, yeah, I hear you, this is what we're doing, you're onto a winner.
I think as well, when we created the community chat, the community chat came a little bit further along the line, because we weren't quite sure about creating a big Telegram group, simply because we weren't sure if we could manage it. And when we did finally make that chat, the friendships that have formed in there, simply because they're all in there together, they've all had similar experiences. I mean, we've got people meeting up for coffees and going on walks together and stuff like that, and organising to go to other events together, so they don't have to go on their own. And that's what we wanted out of it.
I think a lot of people who not necessarily don't understand it, but who probably aren't involved in the naughty hobby, as we call it, don't actually realise it's not all about sex. It's all about connections. It's all about meeting like-minded people and forming friendships.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that sort of focus group that we had, so we called it the suggestions chat, we got a lot of feedback on that. And I remember you asking about what kind of feedback we got from that, and a lot of it was around the topic of feeling included, feeling part of the discussion, and actually what that looks like. Because I know full well from my conversations with some couples at events that they see it from a completely different perspective. They can't resonate with it because they've not been in that position, or they haven't been in that position for a long period of time. So it's through no fault of anybody's, but it's just a different perception and different perspective. And I think the main thing for us was, as you said, like them feeling heard, them feeling understood. And some of the suggestions were like, okay, so if we have our own events, what does that look like? And one of the main overarching things that we asked was like, okay, the lifestyle, or the naughty hobby as you call it, it's usually couple dominated. So for our events, what would you like our events to look like? And the overriding kind of consensus was that they actually wanted it just be strictly for singles and solos.
Wow.
Okay.
And I thought that was a really interesting dynamic. And the reasons for it, there were so many different perspectives from this, but the main reasons that we got for that was that some singles, unfortunately, they felt a little bit that it was a little bit unbalanced when couples were approaching them. Obviously, that is a two people speaking to one person dynamic.
Yeah.
And occasionally that can be uncomfortable for some single people who are maybe new to it, or they're just not comfortable with that kind of interaction. But sometimes it's just a case of they want to meet individual people.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they said was actually this would level the playing field at an event, and it would be a good kind of opener into the lifestyle. And I think that's something that we're looking to be doing a lot more of, in terms of including people who are potentially quite new to the lifestyle, to give them a solid foundation of expectations and understanding of what that could look like moving forward.
I mean, we've always said right from the very beginning, we want to educate and empower. We want to help people learn what the lifestyle, the night hobby means to them, what they want out of it, and to have the empowerment to say, this is what I want, this might not fit with what I want, therefore I'm going to say no.
So you got your group, you did everything online. When did it suddenly turn into an events promotion?
It just snowballed. Because of the suggestions chat, we obviously were made aware that people wanted events, and people wanted events for singles and solos. And we were like, okay, let's do that then.
Did you have like people all over the country, or was it really? So you picked up this group of people from everywhere, which of course it always makes things difficult for people to find that central hub.
Exactly, and it's something we've said is that we will move about around the country. We're not going to have events in one city.
You're doing a tour, like the V2V
we're
tour.
touring. We're Swingles on tour. So we decided our first event was going to be in Manchester, because at the time Jack was living quite close to Manchester. I'm based in Leeds, and the other girls are Birmingham and Nottingham. So we thought it's a nice sort of like middle ground for us all. Obviously, there's the visibility thing on Swing Hub. It's like that event will be seen in that area.
Yeah.
So we chose Manchester, and we decided our first event was going to be a social. And we found a venue, we chose the date, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh my God, the ball is rolling.
So when you chose your venue, what did you decide to do? Did you think, would it be better to go to a club, or did you do it in like a vanilla setting?
So we decided to have our event in a vanilla setting, because we just wanted to sort of put the feelers out and see what people wanted. I think if we dove straight into a club, there is that sort of, trying to think of the right word.
Well, it can be quite intimidating for people, can't
quite intimidating, and also that little bit of pressure of, oh, I'm going to a club, you know, like.
I suppose as well, did you have newbies that had never been to clubs and things, or was it?
We did, yeah. We did have some newbies. And we held like a newbie hour. We decided that if completely new people to the lifestyle were going to come, they could come before everyone else and meet us, and just have time to settle in before the rest of the people came, basically.
Excellent.
And we had a lovely venue. It was just the right size for us, and it was so beautiful and classy. And everyone said, "Oh, it's really such a vibe."
So, what sort of things happened at the social? What could people expect if they came to a social?
So we had some icebreaker games, because we thought there's no way we can chuck a load of people who don't know each other in a room and just expect them to talk to each other. Yeah. So we had some icebreaker games. We had like a swingo, we called it, or swingle bingo.
Swingo, absolutely brilliant.
Which was basically like a little bingo card, and it had like, find someone who read a dirty book today, or find someone who's had sex in a car, something like things like that. Yeah. So you had to talk to people and try and complete the bingo card. And someone actually did complete the bingo card within the first half hour. Wow. They were determined. They were very determined.
The games get very serious. They get very serious at these events.
And we also had little like icebreaker cards on all the tables and things. So there was like little like similar sort of questions to ask people to get like the ball rolling. I think most people sort of found it quite amusing. Like, oh, have you ever been to wherever? Have you ever been abroad to go to a swinging club? But it got conversations starting, and I think watching it all unfold was my favourite part of the entire evening, because I've never been to an event where everyone was talking to everyone. There were no little groups off in a corner. There was no one stood awkwardly, like not having no one to talk to. They really took care of each other.
That's beautiful. There was no. I call it. It's like a clicking, and there was no clickiness, and that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if it's because it was our first event and no one knew anyone. Whether the clicks will come later, I don't know. But everyone was just so welcoming and so wonderful, and the venue even contacted us afterwards to say we've never hosted an event like it. Everyone was so lovely. Everyone was so kind. Everyone was dressed immaculately, because we had a bit of a cocktail party kind of vibe.
And were you brave enough to tell the venue
I was just going to say the same thing.
I will jump in on this just because I was getting a tour from the venue, and the manager was sort of like, so what kind of events do you do? And I was like, well, actually, how much do you want to know? And to be fair, I explained it to them, and I explained, actually, we've built a community. It's growing in size. It's growing in stature. We're speaking with people. We've got partnerships in place. And this is something that, a lot of people have in the vanilla world. A lot of people have negative perceptions.
Yeah.
And they see it in a certain light. And the one thing that I was really keen to explore and navigate with this bar and the managers and the staff there was trying to change that narrative a little bit and trying to maybe educate them a little bit, not to try and get them involved or anything, but just so they had an understanding of what we were trying to implement. And yeah, we did end up explaining exactly what we were about, and they were more intrigued than anything. That was the thing.
I think you tend to find it nowadays. I think people are more fascinated rather than you get the side of it where it's like, oh, nudge, wink, all that kind of stuff.
They're probably too polite to laugh in your face.
Yeah, exactly. But you do find that a lot of people are actually more inquisitive, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think as well to sort of change that narrative of the little seedy underbelly of swinging to actually, we're actually a classy bunch.
Yeah.
Even if we're all perverts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Classy perverts.
I'd rather be a classy pervert.
Absolutely salute you. I salute you for your honesty. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and it also must be said about the chat that we had, the suggestions chat. We actually had to turn people down because we had so many inquiries on our Swing Hub page. People wanted to be part of it, and I think that goes to show in terms of that feeling listened to and wanting to be part of a community and wanting to be heard. I actually had to start to think, okay, we've got too many people who've inquired. We need to kind of shut the gates, because this no longer becomes a focus group and it becomes more of a lecture hall kind of thing. So yeah, we had to unfortunately randomly select the people that were in that. But it was lovely to feel like this was something that was needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it started off as a social, and then I've heard you're moving to clubs.
We have just had our first club event. As of the 15th of November was our debut club event at the Mirage.
The Mirage Club.
The lovely Connor and Debs.
Absolutely brilliant. We were there only a few weeks ago. What a beautiful venue.
They contacted us more or less at the start of our journey. We like what you guys are doing. We really want to work with you. And we were like, what? Really? And we're having the conversation with them and getting dates booked in for play events was wild.
That actually came from someone in our suggestions chat who is a friend of the Mirage, talking to Connor about what we were doing. So it was wild to us to begin with, to hear the messages back and forth, and then all of a sudden us receiving messages of, we're interested, we'd like to speak to you. We want to sort of see what we could do or what you're about, and potentially have you involved. And yeah, that was something that we hadn't anticipated happening so quickly, if we're completely honest.
That's usually the way it goes. Listen, guys, we were only going to do 6 podcasts, and that was the end of it. 171 episodes later.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's one of those things, like with the Swing Hub page as well, as it's snowballed, we're now on something like nearly 1,500 members, and we've only been going since late June. That to me is baffling.
That's amazing.
I said at the launch social, our first one in August, that I kind of want us and envisaged a community of maybe 50 to 100 people online. And then it not really progressed into that. It would just be a supportive space for singles and solos in the community. And then all of a sudden it just went.
What sort of age ranges did you get at your groups? Is it sort of absolutely mixed age range?
It's
Completely
massively mixed, yeah. I think I had a person message me the other day who was 20, who was inquiring about the Mirage event. And I very sadly had to say to them that the Mirage policy is 21.
Yeah.
But we have people on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. We've got people up in their 50s and 60s that are part of our community, and people that are right down in their like 20s, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So do you tend to find that this might be a bit of an odd question to ask? I'm just interested because we know what it's like when you kind of open yourself up to the community. Have you found that the people that have contacted you are absolutely genuine?
I completely hear what you're saying, and there'll always be people that will come with a sense of curiosity. But most of the people that we've had either inquire, message, become part of the community, they've all been there because they want to be part of the community.
That's brilliant.
In some way, shape or form. And the other thing that we haven't really touched upon is the fact that we do vetting.
Oh, okay.
So I was very aware, as Ellie will testify to, as to how it would look if it was just myself doing the Swingles stuff by myself as a single man. But I've got a lovely team, and we decided, actually, you know what, we can't just let this be open for everyone, because there are going to be those people who come with poor intentions, shall we say.
Yeah.
It's something that is unfortunately part and parcel of life. We do need to take that into account. And one thing that people don't actually know is that I worked in a prison with men convicted of sexual offences.
Okay.
So I'm acutely aware of what can happen if there aren't rules and guidelines in place and people behave in a way that is not entirely in a positive light, shall we say.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to think that it's just a minority of people that are in that.
Yeah, absolutely. But we have to take that into account when it comes to safety and guidelines. We know that the Swingles community is a very different kettle of fish to any other kind of lifestyle experience out there.
Yeah.
So we have to kind of almost make our own kind of judgments on what we do with our community.
Mm-hmm.
I think you do when you start, don't you?
I think so, yeah. I think
you know what your group like as you go along. You know, and you have to try and find people that you know will fit into that group. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think what's beautiful is in this community chat that we've got going on, if people aren't behaving the way that, you know, we've all agreed is the consensus and the etiquette, then the community sort of says, like, that's not on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they support one another, they protect one another, and all of the rules and guidelines that we have in place are there for a specific reason.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to be really transparent about that. So when we put them in, we've also said, this is why we've put them in.
It's so different to a pub or even like a nightclub environment where I always equate it to tennis, so like a tennis club. you know, if you have somebody in a tennis club that just comes in, doesn't know the rules, and is batting balls all over the place, which would probably be me, because I have no idea how to play, it spoils it for everyone else. And so it's not a nightclub environment, it's not a pub environment, no matter what kind of event you go to within the lifestyle stroke naughty hobby. And so you do need to understand that people know the rules and know the etiquette, and it makes it a great experience for everyone.
I was going to say, it's a benefit to everybody, and they get the most out of it, don't they?
Yeah,
if everybody follows those rules.
Plus as well,
exactly.
You wouldn't want it to be a nightclub environment. There's loads of nightclubs and pubs and things, so that already exists for people, so you're creating something special.
Yeah, which I think that then goes back to our sort of point of educate and empower. If people know what especially people that are new to the lifestyle or people that are just like trying to sort of edge their way around it, you know, if they have a community showing them how to, what the etiquette is and how to act and to support them, then ultimately it creates a better lifestyle for everybody.
Yeah,
totally agree with that.
Absolutely.
And for anyone out there that's listening that thinks, what kind of things are we teaching people? It's basically politeness, isn't it? It's politeness and kindness. We actually get a lot of messages, and some of the messages are, you know, are you going to separate me from my husband or wife the minute I walk in? And it's like, no. And it is, isn't it? It's just general, basically teaching people to just have respect for others.
Well, it's like Jack said earlier, it's educating because unfortunately, even in this day and age, there is still a lot of people out there that still believe it is what it's portrayed to be.
Yeah.
And it's breaking that narrative again of what people perceive the lifestyle to be before they're in it. Like, oh, I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna go to this club and it's gonna be amazing and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and we're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Actually,
hold your horses.
Slow down.
So I think having Swingles and then having the advocates that are in our groups out there spreading the word is a really useful thing.
It's amazing. So have you got any more club events booked for the rest of the year? Or there's not a lot of this year left. But...
I was going to say, we're nearly there, aren't we? We're nearly there.
We have one remaining event, and that is in Nottingham, and that's going to be a social event. So we've booked out the entire bar. It's a really, really lovely underground bar. We've got a dress code for it, which is tropical gardens themed. So we're asking people to come in their flowery shirts. We are politely asking people to avoid Hawaiian if possible. But yeah, no, it's a really, really lovely venue. I think socials are amazing for the whole, like, low pressure, low stakes. It's just a night out. Who you meet, it's completely up to you. And we've got that on the 29th of November.
That's so cool.
So when you're looking at your venues where you want to hold these events, Jack, just tell me, are you looking for anything specific, or is it a case of if we can just get somebody that will allow us to have our parties at this venue?
I think it's kind of a mix of both, if I'm honest.
Okay.
However, I think a lot of venues have been a lot more receptive to it than we thought, so we have been able to be selective. One thing that we have in mind is sort of having a private space. So for our launch social, we had the mezzanine bar of a bigger bar. So we had the upstairs area all to ourselves. I think that's really important so that we don't get sort of stragglers or random members of the public walking into, they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
They start asking questions and we can't vet that. We can't control that.
We went to a social once that was in a general pub, and it was separated, wasn't it? But the most awkward thing was we were having this swingers social, which was then next to a couple of like grabber machines, you know, like the toy grabber machines. And you got families coming in and they're like, this is totally inappropriate. This is like, do you remember? We won't mention where we were or anything, but it didn't work. And so I dip my hat to you because you've really thought about this. You've got the right sort of venues that are appropriate.
And as Ellie said, like with the launch social venue that we had, they reached out to us and we're currently in the process of obtaining a partnership with them. They have, that bar in particular is part of a group of them, like a conglomerate. So once we've got that partnership in place, hopefully we can announce that soon, where they have bars in each city that we're kind of looking at. And if it does work for our events, then we'll go to there because we've got that partnership with them.
That'd be brilliant.
And that makes things so much easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know that one of the things that we looked at going forward is we had a couple of people messages that asked if the venues were wheelchair accessible, and we were like, oh gosh, we don't actually know. So luckily the launch social venue was, but the venue that we have coming up for Nottingham isn't. So that's something that we've put in our own sort of policies going forward, is to ensure that's a thing, because we're all about inclusivity. And I think if you've not got a simple thing like wheelchair access, then that's no good, is it?
Yeah.
So So definitely looking for something that's accessible and intimate, I think, as well, because when we were looking at venues and we were seeing these great big massive like halls, we were like, that's too big for us. That's, we don't want a great big massive event with 200-300 people.
Yeah, you lose the atmosphere then, don't you? And that's what you're trying to create.
Yeah, we quite like the sort of intimate, sexy, classy vibe. Hence Jack's like thing against Hawaiian shirts. He's like, we're doing florals, but we're doing them classy.
I cannot support that. I have to admit, I'm shameful, but I have worn a Hawaiian shirt on occasion.
You should see some of the things I wear. You know?
I love the fact that you've got this clothing theme to your events. That's so cool.
I think it makes a difference. And also, believe it or not, something that we've learned since we've been doing our events, people love a theme.
Yes.
They really embrace it. And I think it gives them something to focus on as well, which always helps. So
yeah. It gives them something to focus on, and it gives them something to talk about. Like if every chat leading up to an event is, what's everybody wearing?
Yeah.
And I think it gives people something to talk about. You know, you're sat there. There was one bloke who ended up wearing a white like tux jacket to our soiree event, and there was a joke made that he looked like the bloke from Crystal Maze, and he really, really leaned into it, and he actually bought one of the crystals and brought it with him.
Brilliant.
And I was like, you are an amazing person. I am so here for this.
We did a Cluedo event one night, didn't we?
Oh, we did Cluedo, yes.
And so everybody's dressed up as Miss Scarlet, Professor Plum, Reverend Green, all that. There was one guy that came in an all-in-one black bodysuit with an axe coming out of his head. And
it was a
hammer. That was it. It was his hammer. And it was just like everybody just went, oh, that is just brilliant.
It just came as the hammer.
He did.
No more, no less.
It was Professor Peach with the peach dildo in the gangbang room.
We did have a few of those.
We did have a few of those, yes.
Yeah, but we like our themes, and we like to give people an excuse to get dolled up, because who doesn't love an excuse to?
Well, it's almost like it's the start of your evening.
Yeah.
So if you're making that effort, it kind of like propels you into a really, because you're in a good space even before you've got there.
Exactly, and I don't know about for you, but for me, I love putting on like a sexy dress and doing a full face of makeup. And if I'm going to an event that is like a cocktail sort of event, I never feel more sexier than when I am tied up like that.
Yeah,
and I think that's important, is that someone feels sexy when they walk into that. Into
absolutely.
a new space.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure it's the same for the chaps when they've got their suit on, despite the tight neck or something. But I'm sure they look in the mirror and they're like, yeah.
I personally, Ellie, I think it's more when they get down to their groovy boxer shorts is when they strut their stuff.
I think you're in quite a unique position, because there's not that many events companies that I know that host both socials and club nights. So I think you're in quite a unique position where you can have newcomers come to you who are single people and go, okay, well, I'm not ready for a club yet. So you can offer them something, but then you can take them to the next stage, which I think is really cool. And again, you get events groups that either host at club nights or they do socials, but to have regular social events and club nights as well, I think that's brilliant. I think it's really, really good.
It's fabulous, and we're so pleased that it's really taken off for you guys. You can see how much, just by talking to you, I know, Jack, we've chatted on WhatsApp, but we haven't actually spoken in person, and you can tell how much this means to all of you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's been one of the things that has been, I mean, we say it's only been like live since the end of June, but this has been in the background in my mind and in conversations with Ellie and Holly for a considerable amount of time before that. So in my head, I kind of like thought to myself, what would I like that to look like, and hoped that someone would do it. And then no one really did. So it was a case of, okay, this has kind of gone on long enough. What could I possibly do to maybe improve things for the single and solo community? What would I like to see myself? And can I do something to put something in place to provide that?
What would you say, you guys, that you've learned since doing this, from when you very first started to where you are now?
There's so much more to putting on events than I initially thought, and I think I definitely feel like there's a level of responsibility that we feel for our community, which I wasn't expecting. Like, we thought we're gonna have this and we're gonna do X, Y, and Z, and that'll be it. But the level of responsibility that we feel for the people that come to our events is something that I wasn't expecting.
You become like mother hen, don't you?
I have been called that before.
Yeah, you do
You're
get the whole
mum of the group.
That's right. You get the whole proud parent thing when you see somebody just chatting to somebody else who were really nervous to start off with you. Oh, bless you. That's so good.
There was a bloke at the launch social, and he was so nervous leading up to it. And I chatted to him, and he'd like psyched himself up, and he went. He left with a very lovely lady, and I was like, yes. Almost applauding them as they're walking out the door.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to feel. Yeah. So the emotional side of it has definitely been something that for me personally, I wasn't expecting. I don't know if Jack obviously has learned other things, but that's for me.
Yeah, I think for me, it's predominantly been from a selfish point of view, kind of like how I'm going to navigate the lifestyle now that I'm, doing all of these Swingles events, and as a single man myself, how that's going to look.
Oh,
I'm laughing because I can see you now that I'm Daddy Swingles.
Please, what we weren't going to use that phrase.
It's a running joke that we started at the very beginning of Swingles is by calling him Daddy Swingles, but it's scarily caught on, and now everyone calls him it. Sorry, carry on, Jack.
Yes, as I was saying, no, it's definitely changed how I viewed my own lifestyle experiences.
Okay, in what way?
It feels strange, but people now come up to me and talk about Swingles, and I can no longer really go into my local club or the Mirage, which is a little bit further out, and have like a night where I'm just talking about general stuff.
Yeah.
Before Swingles, it was very much, I'm sure you have the same sort of experiences, where before Swingles, it was very much a case of I could just chat, flirt, do whatever, and I'd predominantly just like fly under the radar and just be me.
Yeah.
Be Jack.
You lose your anonymity.
Yeah, I mean, there's many a time we've turned around and said we are the worst swingers in the world because we get so involved. If we get chance to talk to people that come to our events, we love spending time with people, and then before you know it, you get in the 15-minute call to say you need to finish, it's time to go, and we're like, but we've not done anything yet.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It has definitely changed things for me in that sense. I didn't realize how rewarding it was going to be having and developing a community that supports one another. One of the things that we haven't really touched on is that in our community chat, it's not just about, the naughty side. Yeah. There's people forging friendships. As Ellie said before, there's people who are going on walks and coffee mornings together. There's a complete section, there's a topic in the chat, which is for well-being and mental health. So we're not mental health professionals by any stretch of the imagination, but it's for people to share sort of like if something's going on for them, and then the community can rally around. Yeah,
absolutely. Friendships are the best thing for mental health, and you're creating that environment where people can create friendships, which is it's a natural form of counselling when you can talk to a friend. It's the most natural form.
I think what was really interesting was after the launch social, a lot of the attendees had already pre-arranged a breakfast.
I loved the breakfast
after the event.
Sorry.
And about, I would say 50, 60, possibly 65% of them came to this breakfast afterwards. It was put on as a arranged thing between themselves. And I thought that was lovely because that doesn't happen with any social that I've been to.
Yeah.
And that was something that really stood out to me as something that was showing where we are in terms of community.
That's amazing.
I think you will find as time progresses that the people within your little community that you've already got, I know we were talking about, being cliquey and everything else. It won't be cliquey. We've found that with our community, haven't we?
I think the way that you, like you say, we talked about jokingly about mother hen.
Yeah.
But I could see that the care and how much it means to you, both of you. And I think between yourselves, if you can instill that into to people around you, then it's almost like a stair system, where one step leads to another step, and everybody else then starts caring about the community as well, and they almost do the job for you. And as much as if other people see somebody on the outside going, just go and check on them, just make sure they're all right, and just a little,
it's like a ripple effect, isn't it?
Yeah, ripple effect. And it's just like, how you doing? You're okay? You're a bit quiet there? You're all right? And just something as simple as that on somebody's first visit can make the world of difference. And you're instilling that.
I mean, I would. It's not happened yet, but in my head, the way we will know that we're making a difference is when someone comes to me, or Jack, or Holly, or Elle, and says, "I was at an event this weekend and I was a bit nervous, but then someone came up to me and started talking to me, and they told me about Swingles." That'll be when I know that we're getting to the point
You'll have
that
made
I want, is that they're going out and they're supporting other people in the same position they might have been before us.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for that day.
Is that like the ultimate goal for you?
Yeah, it's definitely part of it. I mean, there are other things that we talked about right at the start. And when we got our Swing partnership, there are things that we want to do with them that will come along further down the line. But on a personal level, that's what I want out of it. I want the Swingles community to always be a friendly face in the lifestyle.
That's lovely.
I think it's absolutely fantastic.
It is.
And I think, as you may have heard, last week we announced that we are no longer an events company. And we're very shortly, fingers and toes crossed, it's the I's aren't dotted, the T's aren't lined yet, but we will be club owners. So V2V will be transforming into a club. So who knows, if you fancy coming along to Warwickshire, perhaps we could have a Swingles event at V2V.
That would be amazing.
Absolutely would love to have a Swingles event at V2V.
I think your event sounds just what V2V represents in a way.
That's what I love about it, because it's like you've embodied exactly the one thing that we try to do with our events, didn't we, with newbies, and giving them that right experience and the tools that they need to make sure that they are having the best time. So I totally get you guys, totally get you.
That would be amazing, as Ellie said, and we'd love to chat more about that at a time which suits you. That would be amazing. We would definitely see. You could be one of the very first singles parties at V2V.
No, you'll get me emotional.
I love that though. It's just like, I feel like we
Mrs. N's already going out buying a hat.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about you and getting a nice floral shirt for you, to be honest, Mr. N.
You can have a Swingles night, but it has to be Hawaiian themed.
My wardrobe is already prepared.
Funny enough, just going off topic slightly, we decided to get the Christmas decorations down this weekend. Okay. While Mr. N was trying to find all the decorations, he had to move all of our outfits out of the way that we've had over the years for our event.
Our loft space is slowly turning into swingers costumes. It looks like a costume rental shop up there now.
Oddly enough, the first sort of, so I've only been in the lifestyle for the past 2 years, and one of the first things I realised was how many different outfits you're going to need.
Oh yes,
absolutely.
And I said to myself, I'm going to spend the first year building up a swingers wardrobe, so I don't have to buy any more outfits ever again.
Timu is your best friend.
Well, that being said, I ordered a dress for the midnight soiree, and it came, and it was horribly cheap. I sent Jack a video, and I'm like, look at this, and I'm like stretching it around, and he's like, yeah, it sounds like paper. I'm concerned if you're going to wear that.
I think Mrs. N's best one was her pair of tight denim jeans that she bought from
Don't need to
Timu.
embarrass me.
No, Mrs. N, this must be said. So Mrs. N ordered these, you know, they're like what do you call them, like jeggings they used to be, or like jeans.
They were supposed to be ripped jeans is what they were
Oh, the
supposed to
pure
be.
ripped jeans.
Yes.
And the rips and basically the denim, the studs, was simply all printed on. Nothing existed. It was a pair.
It was one of those, oh no.
How cheap does it have to be for rips to just be actually a picture?
The only good thing that came out of that it gave Mr. N a real giggle, obviously. But can you mind me asking you guys, because like you say, Ellie, you've only been in the hobby for a couple of years. How did your journey start? How did you get into it?
So I started my sort of journey as part of a couple, and I was, oddly enough, I went camping with a group of mums. I didn't know these mums very well. I'd been sort of pulled into it by one of the mums I knew, and she was like, "Oh, come meet all my other friends, and we'll go camping with all the children. It'll be lovely." And I was like, "Okay." And I took a bottle of whiskey with me, and none of the other mums drank whiskey apart from one other mum. So me and her made our way through this entire bottle, and the other mums slowly went off to their tents. And then all of a sudden the conversation turns, and she said, "Oh, I work at Pandora's." And I was like, "What's that? What's Pandora's?" It's a swingers club. And I was like, "What?" What? She's like, "Yeah." And she was telling me all these stories, and I'm just sat there like, this is amazing. Like, I am so down for this. Where can I sign up? And she told me about like Fab, and she told me about all the other sort of stuff that comes along with it. And I went home and I told my husband, and he again was intrigued. And then we did nothing for an entire year. And then had the mummies camping trip again. And she was like, "What happened? I thought you were going to get into it." I was like, "Oh, I just sort of forgot about it." And again, she's telling me stories, and I'm like, I need to be part of this. So I went home and I said to my husband, "We're signing up for Fab." And that's what we did, and that's where it started. And we had our first event at Pandora's in September of 2023, and it was a nightmare.
Oh no!
No, we had a very bad experience with a very also newbie couple. But it's gone from strength to strength from that point on. I think the big turning point for us was finding a lovely couple in the Midlands who sort of took us under their wing a little bit and sort of showed us the ropes, and again educated and empowered us.
Yeah.
And in the Midlands we found like other socials and other groups and other clubs, and I think we found our community there. I always say, like, it's ridiculous, I'm from Leeds, but all my friends are in the Midlands.
Yeah. And did you?
I think I spent more time at Purple Mamba last year than anywhere else.
Hey,
Yeah, we love the
Purple
Mamba. We love the Mamba.
Yeah, we do.
I always say that even though you can have a bad experience in a naughty hobby, it's never a wasted experience because you learn from it.
Yeah.
And it's like never to be repeated.
Yes.
So let's never do that again.
Let's never put me on a St. Andrew's cross. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, both of us have done that.
Yes.
So both of us have been on the St. Andrew's cross at different times, at different times of the year, and passed out.
Whoa.
Wow.
I don't know why I passed out. I think you were dehydrated, weren't you, Jack?
So that was actually my first ever club night, which was an interesting experience for me. But Amanda was absolutely lovely. So for those who know Amanda at Purple Mamba, absolutely lovely woman. She was there. She was the one who gave me the interview for the single male membership.
Yes, because Amanda does the workshops, doesn't she, for the single guys?
Yes, she does. She does. And I remember walking in, thinking to myself, like, okay, this should be fine. Like, I've literally taught consent to men convicted of sexual offences. If I don't pass this interview, I don't know where to go. I don't know what's going on. So essentially, first time there, it was a Sunday because they had to do the interviews for single males. Had the interview, which was a chat with Amanda about expectations and experience and that sort of thing. And then I was talking to someone at the bar who classed herself as a pleasure dom. And she got out a box of tricks. She had a massive bag and all these toys, and she said, "Oh, do you fancy going upstairs and having a go on?" And I was like, "Yeah, go on then." It was quiet, and I was like, "I'll try anything once. I'll try anything once." Went up to the kink room, and she tied me up to the St Andrew's Cross. And what I thought was about 10 minutes was apparently 10 seconds, and I had just gone. So my legs started to shake. The rooms were quite hot up there, and I struggled with my body temperature at the best of times. And all that happened, because I was tied up, was essentially a sense of I just lulled. And all I remember next is Gordon helping me into like a recovery position. They helped me out. They gave me copious amounts of water. And now every time I go to Purple Mamba, I am lobbed or given 2, 3, 4 bottles of water a go.
So had you, before you made the decision that you wanted to go to the club, had you had any conversations with friends or?
So I've been bisexual my whole life. Yeah. And so I class myself as quite sexually liberated from when I first became an adult at 18. So with being bisexual and being so openly bisexual at that age, it can be a really confusing time. Yeah. And it can be one of those situations where like you don't really know what you want, or, you know, there's the whole stereotype of people being confused, people not really like sitting on the fence really. And for me, I knew that like I like men, I like women. There was no kind of like grey area about, oh, am I just trying this out? Is this a phase? I knew that it was definitely a thing for me. Yeah. And that to me then stemmed into a conversation that I kept having with myself about, okay, how happy would I be in a monogamous relationship with one or the other? Mm-hmm. So then I started to have conversations around open relationships, engaged in a few of those, had friends with benefits and casual kind of dynamics for a significant period of my time or of my life. And then I thought to myself, well, I've never been to Purple Mamba before, but I wanted to try it out. I wanted to see what it was like. So when people ask me how long I've been in the lifestyle, I can't really give a concrete answer, because unofficially I've been in it a lot longer. Yeah. Yeah. But if we're talking officially, it's probably about 2 years. So it's one of those things. I've found it really, really eye-opening. And as Ellie said, sometimes the friendships that you make, the community that you have, there's so many open-minded, understanding, respectable, and just lovely people. Yeah. Lovely people.
They
in the
really are a
community.
fabulous bunch, aren't they?
We've always said we could give up the sex, not that we want to, but we could give up the sex, but we couldn't give up the friendships.
Nope.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely. I think another thing as well that the lifestyle has given me in particular, but I think this is probably quite the same for a lot of other single and solo people that are in the naughty hobby, is that it's part of like a Venn diagram of ethical non-monogamy. Yeah. So I found out personally that I'm polyamorous in the lifestyle, and I've had other partners, but as well it's exploring other relationship dynamics. It's not every relationship has to be you date, your boyfriend and girlfriend, you get engaged, you move in, you marry. What, it doesn't have to follow that line, and it can actually be a lot more fluid. And you can have a friends with benefits that you're absolutely like enamored with, and you can have a casual booty call. You can have your husband and your boyfriend, and it's having those different dynamics available to you and being aware of them is something that I would never have even thought about existed before joining the lifestyle. Yeah, I just love the people.
I know. We hear you, honey. We hear you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing Swingles with the listeners of V2V today.
We really appreciate you having us on here.
No, absolutely.
Our pleasure, honestly. Anything that enhances the naughty hobby and helps the people that want to get into that kind of naughtiness, or just making friendships is, we're massive advocates for that. So, what you guys are doing is absolutely fabulous.
I just absolutely know you will be enhancing people's lives and changing people's lives positively.
I really hope so.
No, absolutely. And we definitely, you're hearing it here first. We share everything with all our listeners, don't we?
We do.
You're hearing it here first. We will definitely get Swingles to the V2V Club. We're still not used to saying that.
No,
yet.
it still feels really weird. It's very, very hard.
We will definitely sort that out.
So just before you guys go, if anybody who's listening is like, do you know what, this sounds amazing, it's just what I need, how do they get in contact with you? How do they find out what events you're throwing?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have an Instagram account, which is swingles.uk, which has information about our events, and we're going to be a lot more active on that in the coming months, discussing a few things around education, that sort of thing. We've already started talking a little bit. We've got a post about unicorn hunting on there at the moment. But the main way to get involved, all members of Swingles, all attendees have to be on Swing Hub.
Okay.
And the main reason why we have that is because Swing Hub works with the sex offenders database.
Yeah.
And they verify everyone through that. So we can have knowledge and safety and comfort and security about the people that are on there. And if anything does come up, then we can manage that a lot more.
That's a really responsible way of doing it. Excellent. Yeah.
It's one of the main things that we talk to Swing Hub about in terms of why we've chosen to be on that platform and selectively gone exclusively on that platform. So all you would need to do is be on Swing Hub and then search on the page side for Swingles, and it should come up.
Okay, and with your permission, we could put that in our program notes so people can just literally click, because I know they're in their cars.
Yes,
they're sitting drinking coffee in their cars in car parks.
There's the guy on the bicycle.
Yeah, there's a guy on the bike. There's no way he's carrying a pen with him.
No.
So with your permission, we'll put that on our program notes, and we will let people be able to find you dead easily through Swing Hub.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Come join us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to both of you and to hear all about it.
You too. Thank you for having us on.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.